guys, it's Tina. Today I wanted to show you my laundry's getting behind, how I make my laundry soap. Now I make laundry soap concentrate once a year now. When all my kids were at home and my husband was working and I was doing his laundry, I made it twice a year. So it's really economical. I think everything that I bought to make my laundry soap initially cost me about $6. And the borax and the washing soda will last you for several years if that's all you use it for, and you'll just have to buy new soap. So the ingredients are laundry bar. I like to use the Phil's Nappa, and borax, which I keep in a container, and as you can see, my little skull and crossbones. I keep it in a container to keep it from getting hard and chunky. If you keep it in containers that you use other things for, like I use these same type of containers to store beans and things like that, make sure you label them really well so that your kids don't think it's sugar or something and use it. So borax, washing soda, and that's Arm & Hammer washing soda. It's a yellow box. And then just your bar of soap and water, and that's it. You can add scent, which I'm going to go ahead and add some lavender. This time I prefer that it's unscented, but my husband's requested that I scent it this time. So I've got my dropper and my lavender essential oil that I'm going to use today. Everything else, everything that I use to make my soap, I purchased at a secondhand store, a pot for $1. I purchased an old grater because you're going to grate your soap, for super cheap, dollar store wooden spoons and cups. You also will need a 5-gallon bucket, and I just got this obviously at Home Depot. And I've been making my own laundry soap for over 4 years. So, and we really like it. It works really well. So this is how you do it. So first, you're going to take your bar of soap. And we're going to grate it. Now you can purchase soap flakes. I know I've seen at the store that you can buy already grated soap for doing this type of thing. It just costs more money. It's just more expensive to buy it that way, so I don't. And it's not like this is hard to do. So these laundry bars, I use the Phil's Nappa. Some people use Zote. There's a couple different brands. It doesn't really matter what brand you use. They're under $1 for a bar. So I'll go ahead and get this all grated, and then we'll come back. So now we have our grated soap in the pan, and I'm going to just slowly, because you don't want a lot of bubbles, add enough water excuse me, to cover your soap, because you just want to dissolve it. You don't want to cook it. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Okay, so now we're going to turn on the stove and turn it down low. You want it low because you just want to dissolve the soap bar. That's all we're doing here, is dissolving the soap bar. And you don't want to do it too quickly, because if you turn it up on high to dissolve it, you're going to get a lot of bubbles and it's just a big mess. So you just want to gradually, slowly stir, because you don't want to agitate it too much, because you don't want a bunch of bubbles in there. So you just want to stir it on low heat until there's no soap flakes left in there. So this process takes just a little bit to get it all dissolved. And then once it is all dissolved, then we'll go on to the next step. So now it looks like our soap is all dissolved. And like I said, you do get a little bit of bubbles, but you just don't want it to get over bubbly and bubble over in your pan. So now in the bucket, I've gone ahead and put half a cup of borax and 1 cup of washing soda. And I'm slowly going to add this in. Because like I said, you don't want to agitate it too much. Okay. So now we're just going to mix this up to dissolve the borax and the washing soda in with our soap. And you're just going to kind of mush it around. Kind of makes a kind of a creamy paste. And if you have any lumps in your borax or your washing soda, don't worry about it because you can just crush those. They just kind of dissolve in the soap mixture. I hope you can see this okay. And just crunch any lumps. Till you get it all really blended really good. And that looks pretty good. Oh, I got a couple more little lumps. Sadie, you can just wait a few minutes. There we go. Oh, there's one more lump right there. Okay, and that's kind of what it looks like. And it just smells like soap. Whatever your bar that you use, that you grate up, whatever bar you use, that's what your soap's going to smell like, but much diluted. Once this is just a concentrate, so this gets diluted when you go to use it. So it doesn't really have much of a scent at all once you get it mixed up. But now that we have that all dissolved, I'm going to add, slowly, I'm going to add hot water to fill the bucket up to about here. And this is just hot tap water, but I'm slowly going to add it because we don't want to agitate it too much. And as we add, we're just going to keep mixing. But gently, because as I said, we don't want a lot of bubbles, because that'll just fill up our bucket with bubbles and then we won't have our concentrate. And you'll hear as you add more and more water, the grittiness kind of from the borax and the washing soda kind of dissolves. And it kind of looks like a paste right now. Now, as I said, this makes 5 gallons of laundry concentrate. And I use this soap for regular laundry washing. I use it, it can be used for a top loader or a front loader. And I also use it for my hand laundry as well, because it's really, really mild, but it still works really well. So once we get this bucket all filled with water, I'm going to fill it up to here, give it a final stir, and then I'm going to let it sit overnight until tomorrow. So instead of having you watch me pour water, we'll go ahead and stop there and we'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you what it looks like after it sets. We're back with our laundry soap today. And I forgot to tell you, you do need a lid, obviously, to keep keep it clean. And so when you take off the lid, it's sat overnight, this is what you get. Kind of a goopy gel. Now, you're going to want to stir this up, but I've found that the easiest way to break it up is just to use my hands. And I just reach in and kind of crunch it. Break up all the big globs and chunks. Now, it doesn't have to be super liquefied because it dissolves in your washing machine anyway. So I just reach in and mix it up really, really well. Now, as I said before, this is a laundry concentrate. So you're going to mix this 50% concentrate and 50% water. See, it's these kind of slimy chunks of soap. And so you'll mix it 50% laundry soap and 50% water. And I just use a recycled laundry detergent thing. And I've written, so that I remember, this container I can put 8 cups of water and 8 cups of concentrate. And I use 1/3 cup per load. And you can measure that out in your little cup and then draw a dotted line. I used to do that, but now I have the top loader, so I just fill my little compartment and go that way. Now you can use it in a front loader or a top loader. So it's about 1/3 cup for a front loader and up to a cup for a top loader. It depends on how efficient your machine is, but I really like this soap a lot better than the commercial soaps that I was buying. It's much gentler on your clothes. We don't have problems with allergies. We've had problems in the past with allergies with some commercial detergents. So this really took care of all of that. And I think it actually works better than the commercial detergents personally, but you know, that's just me. Plus there's no phosphates and no added chemicals or anything like that. I haven't had any problems with fading, clothes fading or anything like that. It's worked really, really well. So, and I don't use bleach in my laundry either. What I use is vinegar instead of bleach. So anytime you use bleach, I just use vinegar. And that's how we do our laundry. So I'm going to finish mixing this up, and then I think I will add, my husband wants this scented, so I think I'll probably add...
Peppermint?
No, not peppermint. We don't need our clothes smelling like peppermint. Probably add about 10 to 15 drops of lavender essential oil. I like to add the oil after it's cooled instead of while it's still hot, and then it releases the scents. So I add it cool. So I think that's it. And really that's all there is to it. The first time you fill your container, go ahead and put one cup of concentrate and then 1 cup of water, and then until you get to the top, so you know how much concentrate to add to that particular container. And before you use it, I wrote that on there, just shake gently. So just kind of give it a little jiggle and then pour it and use it. And it works perfectly good. And like I said, this bucket is going to last us probably a year. So I haven't made this for a year. So it really goes a long way, and it's really economical. So hopefully that helps you. And you guys have a great afternoon. And God bless. Take care. Thanks a lot for watching.